Margaret Baird, and one of the new invention's first performers, Betty Astell. Now, Margaret, first of all, you've come down to join us from Scotland.
That's
We're
right.
delighted to see you.
Yes, thank you very much.
How did you first meet the great
we
man?
met in 1931.
Yeah.
I was taken out to have tea with somebody. A friend of mine didn't want to go alone. And when we asked the way to Swiss Cottage, I realized we were going to meet John Logie Baird.
Yeah. Did you know of him then?
Yes, I knew of him because I used to televise myself.
Oh, I see.
From
You were an early
Longacre.
television.
Well, I was a
thing.
pianist.
Ah.
I used to play the piano.
Did you like him straight away?
Yes, charming person.
Now, how did he pursue you?
Well, I went to dinner with him every night, and then he had a Daimler hired car, and then he went out to America, and he rang me up and said, could I come over, because he couldn't get back. He went out to try and get a license to televise in America, which didn't come off actually, and so I went over by sea.
That's a bit shocking behaviour for an unescorted lady.
Yes, it was.
In those days?
Yes, it was
very
a wonder
forward
I
of
wasn't
you.
put on the, held up by the
Yes.
white slave traffic people.
Yes, you'd have been
But
on
he got me off the ship all right.
You'd have been on the front page of
And
the
Mayor
tabloids if it
Walker,
happened.
Mayor Walker was the mayor of New York
Johnny
in those
Walker,
days.
yes. That's right.
Yes.
Did you find John Logie Baird very romantic?
No, charming, very genuine,
Was he?
very straight.
Was he? You know the picture we have of inventors as being very
absent-minded.
Yeah.
He was a little bit, yes.
Yeah. And you forgot things, or you had to look after him.
Yes, I looked after him.
Yeah. And how did you get involved, Betty?
Oh, well, I got involved because I was nosy. I was working at the Saville Theatre in a new show, and I'd heard about this thing called television. And I'd heard they were making experiments in Longacre in a little studio, so I went along to see them. And they said, would I go and work for them? So, of course, I did. And I really became very closely involved with it. And I stayed with them in Longacre until it actually moved to the BBC.
What year was that when you started?
That was about 1930. And in 1932, we went to Broadcasting House.
We have a picture here
Yes.
of you
Oh,
in your early days, yes, in the long white frock.
Yes.
Dear, oh dear.
What sort of a man was John Logie Baird? How did you find him?
I loved him. He was a very charming,
Very
very sweet,
charming,
gentle
wasn't he?
man.
Yes.
Yes, he was a very, very clever, of course. Always inventing.
What was it like living with his inventions?
Well, he was always working in his laboratory. He had a private laboratory at our house. And he used to ring up his assistants about 2 in the morning and say, come round, I've got something to show you. And they used to go round and then spent the rest of the night on the floor in the lab. They couldn't get back because there were no buses or trains.
Yeah.
And
I mean, a lot of people at the time thought him quite mad, didn't they?
no, I don't think so. I think he was very well known in the West End. He used to wear a great black coat.
But the
and
idea
overcoat.
of pictures coming out of a box having
Yes.
been sent from somewhere else
Yes,
was
that's right.
quite a fantastic idea.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And what sort of things did you have to do in the early days?
Well, it was very interesting then. You see, you couldn't move about very much, Terry. You had to be very static.
Yeah.
And I mean, if you were singing and you made
Yes,
a
that's
gesture
right.
like
Yes.
that, your hand had gone. So you had to learn to be very... But once we went to the BBC, we were able to move about a bit more.
Just a fraction. And the little studios were tiny, of course. The
They
little
were
places you
indeed.
worked.
Very
And of course
small.
it was dark, because it was a flickery light.
And did you have a special makeup?
Oh, yes, indeed.
Yes, sort of
we
black
had-
makeup.
And there,
No,
there
we
you are.
had-
There you are, the
are.
makeup.
Yes,
well,
that's
that
right.
was a
Black.
dead white face.
Yes.
With navy blue eyebrows,
That's
George
right.
Robey eyebrows, and black lines either side of your nose and a blue mouth.
Yes, that's
I
right.
think we probably have another picture to show how that actually looked on
Yes,
the
it looked
television.
like
You see, it
that
didn't
on
look
the
anything like
39
that.
picture.
No.
And
Yes.
special clothes you had as well.
Yeah, everything in black and white if you could.
Yes.
And when we went to Broadcasting House, it used to be very, very hot in the studio, and if you came up for a breath of fresh air into the hall, everybody used to take one look at you and scream and run away. They thought you'd come from Mars.
Well, the heat in the studio hasn't changed because you could fry an egg in here tonight. Yeah.
True.
Yes.
Did you have to learn lines or?
Yes, the whole time. And that, well, that nearly got me out of it, actually, because I was rehearsing one evening in this very dark studio, and there was a very tall man walking up and down and walking up and down. It was very distracting. So I said, would you be kind enough to go and take a walk somewhere else? And off he went. And when the producer, Eustace Robb, came in, he said, I don't think we'll be seeing you again. So I said, really, why not? He said, well, you've just thrown Sir John Reith out of the studio.
The great Lord Reith.
Yes.
But fortunately, it was so dark, he didn't know who I was either.
Did you have to be very near the camera? Did you work, obviously not as flexible as now?
Oh, no, not as near as all that then. You had to go right up to sing, but I mean, if you were dancing or anything, obviously you could get back a bit.
Yes.
Did you expect television to progress? If progress is the word I'm looking for, to go on and be what it is?
I don't think anybody expected it to be what it is.
Do you? No.
Do you think John Logie did? Do you think he
Yes, he did. He foresaw a lot of things.
Yeah.
He didn't foresee the satellite, but he foresaw the Eurovision, and he thought that it would come up to 1,000 lines eventually.
Yes.
Of course, it has never come up to 1,000 lines yet, has it?
Well, I don't. You're asking me a very technical question.
I brought you one of my books, which I
something.
hope
Oh,
you'll
that's
enjoy.
very nice of you.
Right.
Which you've written. Television
I wrote
Baird.
that some years ago, yes.
Thank you. That's very nice.
Good.
You've given it to Terence Wogan.
Yes, that's right, isn't it? Yes.
It is, yes.